Hi, we are group number 12. We are going to do our demo today. This is the final project demo. So this is the first page that is available. It is the select tenant page where the tenants and the customers will be choosing the tenant under which they will go to. There are 3 existing tenants, ASU, Hubert and Chaku Inc. And we can go into the tenant login or registration page from here. So the tenant called Praveen is logging in. We'll submit. So each tenant will get to this tenant page where they can view, add or edit the object, and also do the same for the workflows. So let's first concentrate on the objects. These are the objects that are available in tenant number 1. So here he can choose to edit each of the object or insert data for each of the object. So let's choose the computer object. So these are the default values that are already given for each computer. He can choose to add new attributes to the object. So let's just add a test object, test attribute, integer. So we'll insert a new field. So once you can insert the field, you can delete the field that you don't require, save changes and move on. So we can also insert data into the objects. Like for computer, he can insert new brand names, model names, and insert the new data. So randomly we are selecting and inserting the data to show it, and we can also delete data that we do not require. And he can also choose to insert new objects into his web page. So let's insert an object called test. Create new object. So the test object will be created, and he can edit or add new attributes to the object. He can also choose to delete objects that he doesn't require in his web page. So this is the object part of it. So we can now concentrate on the workflow. So the second part of it is the workflow. Here he can firstly all the current workflows will be displayed. This tenant currently has checkout, login, payment and shipment. He can edit those workflows. He can edit these workflow. He can delete the workflow. So he can also add a new web method into the workflow. So we'll just copy paste the same existing method to show that new methods can be inserted into this workflow. And we'll enter a sequence and insert the new web method. So this workflow has a new web method now. So if he can also choose to change the sequence of the web methods. He can apply the discount after the grand total and so on. He can save changes. He can also delete the services that he doesn't require in his workflow. Bring it back to normal, save changes and delete the service. And he also can choose from a workflow template. So this rapidly increases the time with which a tenant can create his web page. So let's say a default workflow is chosen. And now
user login.
Now let's now that we are done with the tenant login, we'll show the web page from the customer point of view. So a user is logging in under the tenant ASU, Praveen Tumarulu. So we'll copy paste the password and submit it. So this is the products page that is available. So the user can add the products that he desired to buy. View cart. So he can, even in view cart, he can delete objects, the products that he doesn't require, change the quantity of the products that he wants, and save the changes and proceed to checkout. This is the checkout page where he chooses the shipment type Once he chooses the shipment type, the shipping price will be calculated and the grand total will be displayed. He can look at all the details and proceed to payment. So in the payment page, he displays, he gives the credit card details. So we'll randomly enter some value, billing address, shipping address, and confirm the payment. Once the payment is confirmed, the invoice will be generated, which gives the summary of his purchase. So now that we finished the ASU, we can show the multi-tenancy of this web page by logging in as a different tenant. The second tenant is going to be HRO Chaos. So once again, all the operations that were available for tenant 1 will be available for tenant 2 as well, and every tenant of the web page. So he can customize his web page as per his requirement. Then a user can log in under the tenant 2. So this new page shows up for the tenant 2. He has different products. He sells supercomputers and MacBooks. So let's say that the customer buys the different versions of the laptops. Add to cart and view to cart. So the various products that he wants to buy can be selected, deleted, the quantity changed. We can save changes and check out. And once again, he chooses the shipment type, the value is generated, and he proceeds to payment. Credit card details are given. Once again, billing address and every details are given. Once this is done, he confirms payment, and again the invoice is generated. This shows that two different tenants selling different products can register under our web page and successfully have two other customers coming in to also buy the products. So now we can look at how a tenant registers to our web page. This is the tenant registration page. Let's create a new tenant. We'll just give some value. I will give a name for the organization. Once the details are given, a tenant will be registered. We'll submit the details. So since it is a successful registration, he can choose to log in immediately. We'll submit it, and the new tenant has all the options of the earlier existing tenants. So he can choose a workflow path that is given and quickly design his web page in a matter of seconds. This shows the effectiveness of the SaaS and how quickly a tenant can create his web page and start his business as soon as possible. So this concludes our presentation. It is a multi-tenant, efficient, and also a highly customizable mini SaaS. Thank you very much.